when women get together, there's judgment, there's critical, there's all kinds of different thoughts that going on in your mind. But if you bring down the wall a little bit and create a safe space where everyone there is cherished and everybody is welcome, and we all are meeting on neutral ground because there's imperfection to go around. Everybody has it, but also everybody has perfection.
Hi, I am Donna McDine, and welcome to the Energy of Serenity podcast. Here we unleash empowerment through the power of the word. Join me and my guests as we share stories, tools, and insights to help you feel grounded and aligned. Let's dive in.
Great. Hello, this is Donna McDine of the Energy Serenity podcast. I am thrilled to invite and applaud the fact that Lisa Hendrickson is here today. And I'm sorry, I just butchered your last name, but we're going to keep this real. Lisa is a licensed certified social worker, and we've known each other for many years now. We first met during COVID, and we've remained connected. And we often talk about the power of the word and how that can really set the tone for someone's day, whatever they may be going through, just an ordinary day or something really heavy. So I know that Lisa brings in that beautiful power of the word into her clinical setting with her clients. And Lisa, without getting too specific with your clients, how do you incorporate the power of what they say to themselves to give them the empowerment to feel good about themselves?
Well, first, thank you. I am privileged to be part of this podcast. Honestly, I am thrilled myself. So in a clinical setting, people, first of all, are very hesitant to come to speak to a total stranger, which is honestly understandable, right? It's a scary thing to do. A lot of people take a lot of time to make that decision. So when they come, it's very important to open the space and make them feel safe enough to share. Some people share right away. Some people, it takes time to do that. But how I use that in my clinical practice is that there's a lot of self-doubt when people come to me with a lot of self-doubt, or they're beating themselves up over a certain situation, or they're questioning their intuition or their ability to make the right choices for themselves. The words they tell themselves is critical. We have that little voice in our head all the time that says, you know what, you should go for that interview. But what if I'm not good enough? What if I don't have enough credentials? What if, I feel embarrassed because I don't know the answer to the questions? So that voice, and the words we tell ourselves, the belief system that we creates our experiences. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people talk about what's happening on the exterior of their lives. This boyfriend, this girlfriend, this job, this family member. But honestly, it starts within us. Mm-hmm. And our belief system about those external systems. So when I talk to my clients, I'm like, okay, so you beat yourself up. You say, oh, I'm stupid. I didn't get that. I should have gotten that report out sooner. And at the end of the day, it's, those words, even though we say them to ourselves, manifest on our exterior to the people around us.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So if we say, I'm so stupid, and your coworker's sitting there and they're like, oh, wow, that feels a little awkward, right? That somebody would kind of honestly say that about themselves, and the other person feels like they have to pick up the ball and go, no, you're not stupid. It's, Yeah. So not only does it create like a tension, but it sends a message to the other person that, what, I'm feeling lacking right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm also internally feeling doubtful of who I am and what I can do. So then if you keep that going, you don't realize you're doing it. until somebody brings it to the forefront of your mind.
Yep.
And in my clinical setting is that's how it comes up, right? So somebody will share, exactly that. I was stupid. I forgot this appointment. My boss asked me to do something by a certain deadline and I didn't get it done. And I should do better. And, I'm like, you know what? Let's reverse that. When you put that out there and you say, I'm so stupid, those words carry further and energetically further than you even realize.
Yeah.
You're putting it out to the universe. You're putting it out to your boss. You're putting it out to the people around you. So you're actually changing your energy, right?
Yes.
And you're really kind of, changing their impression of you without you even knowing you're doing it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's where that power of the word comes in, because it's that ripple effect. Whether your words are positive or negative, that's what you're sending out. And that's then if someone perceives you as this person that just negative about themselves, doesn't know how to speak kindly about themselves, that's kind of what you're getting back in return as well.
Yes. Yes.
And we really want to slay our inner naysayer so that when we walk into a room, we exert that confidence that, of course, we can't always, I've got this, but we want to exert that, yes, I am here. I am worthy. I'm a contributor. And it's all about those positive words. And I know even with my Reiki students and clients, I don't like to say, this is your homework to the next class. I like to say energy development, energy expansion, so that it doesn't, because for me, the word homework goes back to middle school and high school and
yeah, and you panic and you're resistant to it.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
I love that you really nurturingly point that out to your clients, that one of the first steps you can do is to speak kindly to yourself.
Yes. And what I do too is, to kind of illustrate it, because we get into patterns, right? If we, kind of say it out loud all the time to yourself, I forgot. What I do a lot of times is I'll role play.
Oh, okay, great.
So if I'm working with a client and, they have the negative self-talk and they speak it to themselves often, what I'll do is change it around. They're me, I'm them.
Oh, that's great.
And then I start, bringing in the dialogue that they normally would say to themselves. I start dialoguing with them like
Right.
with the negative. And then what's wild is that their eyes open up and go, well, wait a minute. I sound like that?
Wow. Yeah.
Like
that huge aha moment, like, oh my gosh, I'm beating myself up.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things that happen there, right? They start seeing, outside of themselves, how they're perceived by other people and the energy that they get from those words that doesn't feel too good.
No, not at all.
So it's kind of a cool experience.
That's neat. I love that. I love that breakthrough. So so how long have you been a social worker?
So for about, I'd say 25 years.
So I would imagine those breakthroughs are just as exhilarating as the very first time a client broke through.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's because it's a tool, right? So if you don't have the tools in your virtual toolbox as a child, how are you going to know how to cope, how to have that self-esteem, how to deal with self-doubt and negative people and in a negative society when you're not taught those tools?
Right. Yeah.
So when people get on themselves that, what, I should know better. Well, no, you know what? It's not your fault. If you weren't taught those tools, how are you supposed to know them?
Right. You don't know until you know.
Right.
And we're so quick to speak to ourselves so negatively in ways that we would never speak to another human being like.
That's the truth.
It's amazing to me. And we were just talking about this a couple of weeks ago, that and when you sit there and you really pay attention, what you're saying to yourself, you stop when you
Yeah.
start to become aware of it and to really go on that mindset. No, I'm worthy. I'm
Yes.
worthy of contributing to this project or getting that interview or getting that raise. And when you really start to put your first step forward that of that positivity, it just blossoms. And people
It
see the
does.
changes in you in that as well.
And and that's so true. I mean, men and women do it alike, obviously.
Mhm.
But I love empowering women, because we are unfortunately, most of us are socialized to, have the self-doubt and to feel
Mhm.
critical about our bodies and to feel judged. You're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not, and all of those things that all of us have experienced in some point of our lives. And women uplifting women, it's been so important to me that, because it's a belief doesn't mean it's true.
Absolute. I love that. I love that because I often, when I speak to my girlfriends about uplifting one another and cheering one another on, we often touch on the subject that if you tell a young child that they're stupid and they're useless, that's what they're going to believe about themselves.
Yeah.
So it's our duty as women to switch that story around, no matter how late in life we may meet someone.
Yeah.
So, leading into that, we've
Hmm.
had some brief conversations about what you've been formulating in your mind and really wanting to put pen to paper and create and bring to life a beautiful sanctuary for women to come, for women raising women. And I'm putting you in the hot spot for this now because I really would like you to talk about your vision for this group, this gathering that is not going to be a one and done deal. So
Yeah.
please share with the listeners of Energy Serenity Podcast what your dream is and how you're going to start bringing this to fruition. It's so desperately needed.
Yeah. Well, as you were talking, I started to kind of well up a little bit.
Yes,
So it's,
I see that, but that's wonderful because that means you're making a breakthrough.
yeah,
Yeah.
it resonates, it resonates. Everybody goes through their journey as a woman, and
Mhm.
you know, we are pulled apart in so many different ways and competing with each other in so many different ways for various different reasons, right? Um, but as I've been a social worker for so long and just living life as a woman,
Mhm.
the more women I talk to, the more I see a need that we got to pull a sisterhood together, not pull it apart. And when I'm around other women, I feel like I'm home. I feel like, you know what? We have more in common than we do separate. And,
Absolutely.
but again, it goes back to a belief system, right? It's like when women get together, there's judgment, there's critical, there's all kinds of different thoughts that going on in your mind. But if you bring down the wall a little bit and create a safe space where everyone there is cherished and everybody is welcome, and we all are meeting on neutral ground because there's imperfection to go around. Everybody has it, but also everybody has perfection.
Absolutely.
And,
I
and we as
love that.
women
I love that. I
need
love
to
that. Yeah. And
really,
I often tell my girls, and you're a mom of
yeah,
adult women as well, do not allow anyone to dim your light.
true.
Shine brightly.
Yes.
Not and don't dim your light to make other people more comfortable.
Hmm.
No, we're all meant to be on this earth as bright as possible and
Absolutely.
raising one another up. And when we do that, the conflict dissipates because the more we raise that energy in beautiful communication and listening, to
Yeah,
one another, it's felt to the universe
it really
immensely.
is, and it's, when women, in my vision, is that to create a space for women that we don't have. There's nowhere to go for a woman in her 30s that's going through maybe a recent marriage, or having a child, and her head's spinning and she has
Hmm.
no one to lean on.
Right.
um, a woman in her 40s or 50s that may be going through a divorce or more children. um, a woman in her 60s, 50s and 60s going through menopause, that just
Mhm.
needs to lean on another woman that could possibly lift her up in that moment, because that woman's had the experience that woman is going through right now.
Yeah.
And it means the world.
Yeah, it really does, because when you have that opportunity to speak and just talk to one another in casual conversation with no expectations, all of a sudden another woman in that group was like, "Hey, I went through the same thing. In my case, this is what I did."
Right.
And take it for whatever resonates with you, if it helps you to make the next steps in your journey. And when you start to realize that we may all be at different steps in our journey,
Hmm.
but we have, like you said earlier, we have more similarities than
Yes, than
differences.
differences. Yep.
And it doesn't matter your age, your background, your education, the color of your skin,
Hmm.
your religious beliefs or non beliefs. It doesn't matter. We're all women walking, a not so easy journey at
That's
times.
right. You know how many women I talk to in all age groups that say, well, I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to really talk to. I don't have, where do I go to meet people? Where
Right.
do I meet? I'd like to have a girlfriend. I don't, where do you find them? You
Yes.
know? And in that, it's funny because I was just talking to a client this week, and I'm like, this is something that's been inside of me, that's been, kind of forming in my mind, and I feel a pull to do it. So I thank you for allowing me to express that and bring it forward.
Because it will come to fruition. And listeners, believe me, when this comes to fruition, Lisa is the woman to be lighting this torch for everybody to be coming in, because there's no holds bar, and with
Right.
no judgment, no ridicule, no expectations. It's just a joyous time to get together, to hold the space for
Yes.
one another. And when women start to experience that other women are holding the space for them,
Right.
it it's gorgeous.
It
It's
really is.
it's and it's just beyond uplifting.
Hmm.
And to know when you leave that group to go back to home or go to work, wow, these women have my back. Can't wait to see them again, whether it ends up
Hmm.
being virtually or in person. Because if COVID taught us anything, there's no bounds that it'll just be the outlines of your community. It
Right.
it will be huge. It will be
Yes.
huge. And there's going to be people clamoring to join in.
Yeah. I get excited thinking about it because I know what it means to me. I mean, you know, I know what it means to me to have a circle of women that have so much to give, and they don't even know it. They
Mhm.
have no idea the gifts that they are giving the person sitting next to them, and the energy that's created between women coming together and sharing and feeling safe to do that. It's nothing like it.
And the word safe is so important, because in
Yeah.
this busy world, I mean, there's news 24/7, the social media, the
Mhm.
expectations of work, motherhood, sisterhood, daughterhood, everything you could possibly think of. To have that time and
Yeah.
talk about self-care, to be able
True.
to gather with fellow women and be with no to-do list.
Absolutely.
I'm actually envisioning right now, one of your groups are going to be bring your to-do list so we can burn it.
Yeah.
and just, it's okay. And
Let it go.
let it go. Let
Yes.
it go. And I love that. Just love it. I can't wait to see how this all unfurls.
Yeah.
'Cause I'll be right there attending. I can't wait to see how it all unfurls. It's just
Yeah.
beautiful. And
And
then,
when I was a mom, when I first became a mom, it's just like, you go through so much, emotionally, physically, psychologically. I mean, there's so many layers to a woman because we bring life to this world.
yes,
Um, that I would have loved to, lean on someone and just go, okay, I just want to just let me cry.
yeah,
Let
yep,
me cry and let you hold the space for me,
yeah.
and I'm going to be okay. It's so cool.
And I love that because oftentimes people look at crying as a weakness,
Yeah, no.
but crying is essential because
Yes.
it's such a release, because then it oof,
Hmm.
lets it go and then opens up more energy within you to bring forth the positivity
So
and the,
true.
and the clarity as to
Yeah.
what we want. Wow.
And you know what?
Yeah,
And the thing is, it's like as women, we are told to be strong, be
right.
independent, do it yourself, don't ask for help. And it's like we stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. And when we're so stressed out and we're so tense and we keep stuffing it and where's it going to go?
Right. And then we wonder why our back hurts, why we're having a
Right.
headache, why we fly off at the handle at a simple request
And
because
why
we
we
have
get
no more to
physically
give.
sick. We
Yeah.
get physically sick, right? Our body is going to manifest
Yep.
the stress that we give it, the
Yep.
trauma that we give it, right?
Absolutely.
So it will surface one way or the other. And
Absolutely.
being able to crosstalk with other women and talk and just, if you need to cry, if you need to just get out
Hmm.
the stress of the day, that's going to be less that you're pushing down. What you resist, you persist.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I can't wait to have you back again when this becomes an announcement for people to sign up. So, in the meantime, how can people connect with you that are listening today?
Well, I have a email
Okay.
that I could put out there. It's Hendrickson, HENDRICKSON,
Mhm.
Lisa 99 at Gmail.
Great. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then within the show notes, too, it will definitely note that Lisa will be coming back again when she has this all planned out and ready to launch for the women of the world. And I can't wait for that. I'm just beyond blown away, your whole concept and idea of this, because it gives me the chills because it's so needed.
Yeah.
And listeners, please know it doesn't matter what age you are,
Yeah.
because we all can learn from one another. And that's the essential piece of the power of the word, is listening to one another and being uplifted and taking cue that we're not alone. No one's alone. And that's why I've created this podcast too, to really make that outreach with all different types of people coming in and chatting with me and really learning that the more
Yeah,
we outreach to people, the smaller our world will become and the more
that's right.
connected we feel. Yeah.
And there's no coincidences, right?
No,
We
absolutely
are,
none.
we, the people in our path are meant to be in our path. And and that's and learning from everything that you go through in your life, and that's the enrichment. That's who we are.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And
Yeah.
there's power in numbers.
Oh, so true.
Power in numbers.
Yep.
So I cannot wait for the universe to hear this interview. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for
Oh,
your time.
thank you for the
And
platform
yeah.
to really express myself. And really, you are an amazing woman yourself.
Oh,
So
thank
I am
you.
I stand in gratitude to you as well.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. And for those listeners out there, start each day with gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge way to start your day. And it doesn't have to
Absolutely.
be huge. Does not have to be huge.
That's
And your
right.
day will unfurl so much more positively.
Little
So,
steps.
yes, little steps turn into big steps. And you're like,
That's,
wow, I'm much better than I was 2 days ago versus now. Yeah.
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 Affirmations,
Yeah.
starting your day with 5, 10 different affirmations about who you are and what you want to be and who
Right.
you are going to be.
Yes, absolutely. And always remember you're worthy.
Abs-
Worthy.
yep,
Definitely. Great.
that's the truth.
Well, namaste to you.
Oh,
And
namaste.
I can't wait to stay in touch. It's been wonderful. So thank you for your
Absolutely.
time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining me on Energy is Serenity. I appreciate you taking the time to explore the power of the word, mindfulness, and calming practices with me. If today's episode resonated, please subscribe and consider leaving a review. Until next time, may your energy be serene and your words be empowered. Namaste.